Om Shri Ganeshaya Namo Namah. Greetings to everyone world over, all our brothers and sisters across the globe in the different countries, in the different continents, in the different time zones. We are bringing yet another powerful evening at 8 p.m. today, Indian Standard Time. That's a Friday, 18th of August, 2023. And the topic is so scintillating and so catchy. And the topic is so relevant to today's world. And that is your tribal tourism in India. When we look at tribal youth, when we look at tribal culture, their art, their craft, their cuisine, their dances, their music, their souvenir, their lifestyle, and everything we take into consideration. Go across to the world, and you have got tribals all the way culture in Canada, in USA, in Australia, in New Zealand, in a couple of other countries, wherever we talk about. And today we are privileged to have Dr. Jai Prakash Narayan G. And you know, it's wonderful when you talk G in Hindi, that's a respect. And there comes the abbreviation with his name, Dr. Jai Prakash Narayan G. G for anything, that's his initial first name. He comes from Telangana. He is the assistant professor, Department of Tourism Management at Indira Gandhi National Tribal University in Amarkantak, that's in Madhya Pradesh. Beautiful place, beautiful people, lot happening at this particular juncture, and that's what we all are sharing. So, ladies and gentlemen, with these words, let's enter to the new arena, to the new world, where all of us, we are together, and we are moving for tribal tourism in India. Let me show you a couple of slides before I hand you over to today's guest. ICSI. Now you would say, ICSI, what it is, how it is, what it is doing. ICSI has got a global network in 131 countries, and we are linked with 32 million Indians. Those have gone abroad in different countries. It is the Indian diaspora. You call them non-resident Indians, you call them Pravasi Bharatiya, whatever you want to call them. And our chamber focuses service industry and how basically we are developing the strategy. We are giving consultancy and at the same time staffing also, because lots of youngsters, they need job today. They're looking forward to job, irrespective where they are, which place they originally belong to. I think today the time has come, education to be linked directly with the skills, and education and skills both to be linked with the job. That means your employment, your entrepreneurship, your startup, whatever we have to take into consideration. We will share in a little while with you that we brought from our chamber India's first finishing school way back in 1994 for service industry. And post-pandemic, the total scenario has got changed. It has become digital inspirational lab. Now, in 2001, when I look back, the pages of Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, there used to be DG Tourism, Government of India, and they used to be then thereafter, same gentleman as a Secretary, Tourism, Government of India, the legend, the fatherly figure, for me personally, the mentor, who brought me on deputation from the Indian Army to the Ministry of Tourism. And in 2001, he gave the vision, and that is Sri V.K. Goswami. And once he shared the vision, and he told, India has got wonderful associations, like Indian Association of Tour Operators. We have got Travel Agents Association of India. You have got Federation of Hotel and Restaurant Association of India. And then, of course, with them, you have got Domestic Tour Operators Association, Adventure Tour Operators, outbound, inbound, domestic, whatever you talk about, all that being developed in India. If we show you, these all are listed right over here. You can see from time to time how they got developed in India. When we look at this particular scenario, these are the various associations and forums what we have got with regard to. So they're the birth of association of educators and skill providers for tourism, for hospitality, for airlines, all of them getting together for the policy, for research, for academic, for skills, for technology, for training. and of course with the industry. So complimentary membership being offered right from 2001 onward. People, those are in education ecosystem of tourism, hospitality, and airlines, they all coming together, getting together, bringing the potluck, bringing their wisdom, and taking that vision forward. So, since 2001, if I talk about and look back at the Hotel Setis Tower, that's in Bhubaneswar, in the beautiful state of Odisha, there is going to be 2 days international event that's on 5th and 6th of October 2023, and that is going to be the 22nd annual international convention. Besides the deliberation, celebration, congratulations, you will also have B2B meetings of the travel trade where you build your business, you build your credential, and to take the entire area forward. We are thankful and our deep gratitudes to our organizing committee, our team, which is giving the vision from the world over how to shape this particular event, which is going to be a milestone in its own way. We will be having 2 days event. We have extended invitation to Honorable Chief Minister of Nagaland to be with us over here. And we have also sent across a request to Chief Minister of Odisha to grace the occasion. So, ladies and gentlemen, when the entire fraternity of the tourism, hospitality, and aviation is going to be together, and there's going to be a 2 days celebration, we are also working out that there should be a tribal pavilion. So everything related to tribals should be displayed on this particular occasion. Now, today, when we are meeting over here, what is the purpose? What is the objective? What are we talking about? It's basically, it's an invitation. All the scholars, all the educators, those are interested to present their paper during the convention. We are inviting them from 15th of August to 27th of September, which happens to be a World Tourism Day. All of them, they should be invited on different days, Monday to Saturday. And we have taken about 14 themes onto which we are deliberating and discussing. So we will be shortlisting 12 papers, which would be presented on 6th of October, right with the people over there in the convention. What exactly is the objective? What exactly is the mission and the vision? We want to make the entire industry practical. There's no theory. Everything is based on case studies. Everything is based on artificial intelligence. Everything is based on what is the future of tourism, hospitality, and aviation, where we should have the global confluence and we bring all the stakeholders together on a common platform. This program is going live for you on the YouTube channel @ICSI India Live. That is International Chamber for Service Industry. This is your channel. I'm grateful to my entire team with their efforts, with their vision, and particularly under the dynamic and dedicated leadership of Chitra Kapoor ma'am. The entire team is working so hard right from 25th of March 2020 when we started. When there was a complete lockdown, we have come a long way. We haven't taken a break even for a single day, and we have been organizing on certain days 3 to 4 webinars also every day, touching all the continents, all the people, all the places, and bringing entire wisdom together for all of you in one platter on one platform. So do like it, share it, subscribe it. This is your channel, and press the bell icon so that you get an idea when the new program comes for you, and all of us, we can enjoy together. Now, let's move all the way to Madhya Pradesh. Let's go to Indira Gandhi National Tribal University. Let's move to Department of Tourism Management. Let's meet Dr. Jay Prakash Narayan Ji, Assistant Professor right over there. It was indeed a great pleasure to meet him. And today's topic is so appropriate next to his heart: tribal tourism in India, how it should get shaped, what all we should do in Asia, how should we move forward. With these words, join me in extending a very hearty welcome to our distinguished guest. It's a pleasure to have you with us. Namaskar. Namaskar. Hearty welcome. It's indeed a great pleasure.
Namaskar, namaskar, sir.
Yeah,
Namaskar.
I can see something at the back also being drawn by somebody. Maybe the local tribals have drawn your backdrop, and that is looking so captivating. Where you have got some drawing right at the
No.
back.
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay, okay. So let's have your vision. Let's get your ideas. What all is coming through, and how do you look at the tribal tourism? Because, ladies and gentlemen, Indira Gandhi National Tribal University is the first central university in entire Asian continent, which is the flagship of tribals. And it's indeed great pleasure to have Dr. Jaiprakash Narayanji with us today. Let's have your views. Let's have your inputs. And we want to get your wisdom and learn from you the best possible way, whatever threads we can pick up. Jaiprakash Narayanji.
Sir, shall I start?
Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Yes.
All yours.
Sir, namaskar, sir. I'm very much proud to say thanks to Major Dr. Gulshan Sharma ji, the founder as well as chairman of International Chamber of Service Industry. And I'm very proud to introduce such a great personality to us, Dr. V.K. Goswami. And also I'm proud to be say my thanks to Chitra Kapoor Madam ji, who are backdrop of this program. I am very much thanks to all of you, all the participants. And I am proud to say I am working in Tribal University, Amarkantak. It is a beautiful tribal area and a special primitive tribals who are living in this area. I am very much experienced with these tribal people, as well as accordingly my knowledge, I will say something about that, how the origin of tribals. Then what is the, we know about that, mostly we know about that the tribal means they are living in the forest area. Okay. Accordingly this, it is familiar to related to the other world. They have a different type of customs, language, and different type of religious. And they will particularly they are living in the remote areas. They are called as a tribals. They have a specific or a unique identity. They are living in the totally it is remote area. In that, in India, especially we are talking about India, the 705 ethnic groups recognized scheduled tribes in India. 705 ethnic groups, tribes. The tribal usually they are called a different names like Adivasis or Janjatis. Finally, it is literally that mean has been indigenous people. These people are called as indigenous people, those who are living in the forest area. Their population throughout in India more than 104 millions. It is the total population of India. They have 8.5 to 9.5 population. Percent of population is there. So name some of the popular names tribals in India. We can find a different type of names in east, west, north, south, wherever you go. We can call as a tribals. We can call as a Janjatis. Not a Janjatis. In the Janjatis, the popular names we can identify in India. Example, Vanjati people are there. Vanjati, it is it called as a Hindi word, Vanjati, or a Sanskrit word. They are living in the forest area. That is called, that people are called as a Vanjati people. And same who are living in the forest area, that is called as a Vanavasis. The Rama also lived 14 years in Vanavasi. With the many tribes, he met many tribes according is a travel. So he was also live in this area. That is called as a Vanvasis. Then other name they called as a Paharis. Paharis, Pahad. Pahad matlab it is called as a hill stations. Who are digging the hills, they are called as a Paharis. They can live in the Paharis, means the mountain areas. They are called as a Paharis. And original community in that Janjati, in that tribals, there are a original community is there that is called as a Adima Jati. The Adima Jati starts from the Adima Jati starts, so these other names, other popular tribes they can origin. Then other settlers are there. They are called as a Adivasis also. They can settle in the various places. When they are traveling, they settle down. That is called as a Adivasis. Then finally, some areas we can call as a Janjati. That is called as a folk people. The Janjati means folk people. And another scheduled tribes we can find in India that is called as a Anusuchit Janjati. These are the different names we can call in India. If you go somewhere in the northeastern states, they called as the STs. Accordingly, the Indian constituency, these Anusuchit Janjati or these tribals are called as STs. Then how they are divided or how they are following these type of differentiation between earlier after independence India, the many people they work to segregate these people and they identified, they search for these people because of the urbanization and modernization, globalization concept. Then they can divided different type of these Janjatis. Like accordingly, Guha, he classified these tribes, that is a racial classification. He divided these totally the tribes is 3 types. He divided 3 types. Northeastern area, who are living in the northeastern area, they called as a northeastern area people or Janjati or tribes. Then central areas, the India is divided 3 types accordingly Guha. Then the central area, who are living in the central part of India, they called as a central area people. Then who are living in the peninsular India, they divided as a peninsular tribes. After Guha, the Majumdar and Madan, accordingly these, he will also divided 3 types. These Janjati or these tribes are divided 3 types. That is northeastern zone, central or middle zone, and southern zone. He divided 3 types.
Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Yes. With 1 minute.
Ladies and gentlemen, this program is coming
yes,
from Indira Gandhi
Then,
National Tribal
yes.
University, all the way from Madhya Pradesh. Please go ahead.
Yes. Next, the Dubey, accordingly Dubey, he divided these Janjati, these tribals, 4 types. That is now what we called, what we say the India is 4 parts like northeast and middle zone, south zone, west zone. So these part they divided their living style accordingly, their living style, their cultural, economical, social, and geographical, demographical classification. They divided 4 parts. Then 1976, Vidyarthi and Roy, he divided a different part. The India is divided different part. Who are living in this part, they called as that type of tribes, that is northeastern Himalayan region, mountain region of Bengal, who are living in the Darjeeling, Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram, Tripura, they divided. And another part is Himalaya range, who are living in the Himalayan part, that is Assam and Meghalaya range. Then Central Himalayan range, Here we can find a different type of tribes that is called as a Tarai area. That is called as a Tarai area. The tribals are called as a Tarai tribes. Tarai type of tribes, like UP, who are living in the UP and Bihar tribes, they are called as a Tarai tribes as well as Tarai area people. And next is northwestern Himalayan region, that is called Himachal Pradesh and Jammu Kashmir. Their living style is different, their facial style is different, their behavior is different, their attitude also different. And another area is Middle Indian range, who are living in Bihar, West Bengal, Orissa, especially in Madhya Pradesh. These are the some part. Coming to the south part, it is a unique or it is a special part compared to these tribes, the South Indian region. Example, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Kerala. These tribals' lifestyle is different. These tribal attitude also different. Then other reason they identified, that is called as a island regions. Especially these island region tribes are different compared to these plain lands, compared to these island region. Example, Andaman and Nicobar Island and Bengal, Lakshadweep and Arabian Sea, who are living in this Bengal and Arabian Sea and Andaman. We can find Andaman and Nicobar a beautiful locations, as well as many tribes of tribal people they can live. Some present also, they don't have these connectivity. They don't know these people are living in the world. They have their own world like this. After that, Smith and Houghton, Smith and Houghton, he divided these tribe Austroasiatic family. He divided as a families, Austroasiatic family. In that, different types we can cover. Mankohar branch tribes, that is called as Kashi and Nicobari people, and Munda branch. In that, a different type Austroasiatic family tribes, they have Man, Koher, as well as Munda branch. And in that Munda branch, we can find the primitive tribes, that is called as a Santali, Kuravaha, Oho, Mundari, Gondia, Kaira, Sarava, Kon, Gadabat. These type of tribes belongs to the Munda branch. And second is Tibeto-Chinese families. They look like as a Chinese. They look like as a Tibet people. They are like in the north part, eastern part of India, as well as these seven sisters of India, the boundaries of the China and Tibeto nation. These families is like Kampati main groups. In that main group is Thai group, in that Kampati and Kalai and etc. Another tribal group we can find in India, that is called as a Tibeto-Burman family. The Tibet and Himalayan range, these type of people is living in Tibeto and Burman family in the Tibet area. That is called as, the tribes called as Bhotias and Bhotias. Mainly we can find these type of Bhotias in Darjeeling. Then another group we can find, that is called as pronomalized Himalayan tribes. The tribes are divided different types. The primitive tribes, we are discussing about that primitive tribes: Chamba, Laluya, Swangali, Kaurya. And some of the groups in the primitive tribes, non-pronomalized Himalayan group tribes, that is called as Lipcha tribes and Toto tribes. And another tribes we can find in the Arunachal area, Arunachal branch. They call as a Arunachal branch. Every state have a unique identity, unique culture that within the tribes. Within the tribes, they have a lot of difference, these tribal groups. Some tribals are few people. They can live along with them, a few people. In that Arunachal branch, Akha, Abato, Miri, Dafla, and Mishmi. These type of primitive tribes we can find in Arunachal area. And Assam and Burma area, we can find a different type of tribes, primitive tribes. Bara, like Bodo. We heard this word Bodo tribes. That is called as a Bara tribes. And in that, the primitive groups also there, that is called as Kailin, Kachari, Dimasa. These Dimasa people are living in the hill. They are living on the hills only, these Dimata types. And Kanchari, Cargo, these Kanchari and Cargo groups we can find in Tripura state. And Naga group tribes and subgroup. In that Naga group, we can find the subgroup also. These tribals, that is, have Angami, Oyo, Sima, Rangma tribe. And in India, in the Seven Sisters of India, we can find many types of tribes, a primitive tribes also. It is such a beautiful states to attract many tourists. Why? Because their style, their lifestyle, their cuisine, their art, their houses also. It is unique attraction. Like Naga Bodo subgroup, Kachla Naga and Kuni Nagas. If we can, we maybe visit Nagaland, then we can find two types of major groups, that is Kachla Naga and Kauba Naga. And some of the groups we can find, that is Kachin group, it is Sigfo area. Some of the other tribes we can Kiki and Peita, Mara, Todo, Ralta, Russia tribes. These tribes can be live in these Nagaland areas. And coming to the southern part, they are called as the Dravidian families. These are the Dravidian families. We know about that the India is basically, we know about that in the northern part, it is called as a Aryan. The southern part, it is divided as a Dravidian. In the tribes also, they divided two types. One is Dravidian family, the one is Aryan family, like that. In the Dravidian family, we can find in the southern part of India, like Korava, Yarakala, Yarava, Bagada, Toda, Kota, Kuruha, Malto, Kui, Kandi, Kon, Gondi. These type of primitive tribes we can find in the Dravidian family, means it should be, they should be live in the forest and hill area of southern region, southern part of India. Some of the families are we can find, that is called as Hajogo, Bili tribes. They are called as a Indo-European style families or tribes. Some of the racial classification also there. Based on the racial classification, the Guha, he divided. That is called as a Negritro tribes and Potro Australoid tribes, Mongolo tribes, Mongoloids tribe, Paleo-Mongoloid tribes, Hong-headed tribes, Born-headed tribes, Tibeto-Mongoloid tribes, and Mediterranean tribes and Paleo-Mediterranean tribe. These are the another tribes based on the racial classification. And we can find the culture-based classification based on their culture, based on their living style, based on their food or cuisine. These based on the cultural base, we can identify different type of tribal groups in India. Many people, they wants to see, they wants to mingle with the tribals for visiting that places. It attracts many people, so that the Indian government focus on the northeastern states to develop these tribal areas. In that case, the cultural base, mainly cultural base. We will discuss later about that, what is the impact of tribal tourism places and how attracting the tribal people to the tourism, how they are getting economical benefits, we will discuss later. In that, the primitive tribal groups, they are influenced with the Hindu Hindu influence. Primitive tribal groups, the culture, it is look like as a Hindu culture. They are totally, they may be follow like a Hindus. That is called as a primitive tribes. And another primitive tribes also there, they adopted Hindu costumes. Like Hindu beliefs and Hindu practices they can practice. And other tribes we can find primitive tribes that is called as a Hinduized tribe. They are Hinduized tribes, maintainly social distance from the upper caste. They are followers of Hinduism, but they are the social distance with the upper class or upper castes. And another tribes we can find in the culture base, that is assimilated tribes and adaptive tribes. These tribes are translational culture. The adaptive tribes, they can adapt the cultures. They are called as a translational culture. They can adapt where they are living. They can adapt. And communal tribes, these tribes are economically pursued with neighbors. And other tribes is called as a symbiotic tribes. They live their independence. They are not touch any other culture, any other people. They are totally independent. And acculator traits, that is called as a acculative tribes. These people are living with the society, but they don't follow their culture. Some people, they may be following the culture that is Hindu influenced primitive tribes. After that, the tribal welfare committee is established in India 1952. Accordingly, these tribal welfare committee, the tribals communities is divided different groups, that is tribal communities and semi-tribal communities, accumulated tribal communities, and total assimilated tribal community, they divided. And the economical classification also there in the tribal group. Forest hunting tribes and hill cultivation tribes, based on their economical classification. Their primary occupation is forest hunting. Those who are living in the forest area, their main occupation is only hunting, forest hunting. Then hill cultivation, like axe cultivation. These people, like Nagas and Rangma Nagas, these type of tribals we can find in the Nagaland area. They can cultivate axe cultivation, burn these plants, and they can salute the soil, and they cultivate that land. And settled agricultural type, settled agriculture. These Mundas and Santala, like these type of tribal, they are settled agriculture. They are rich in the agriculture, doing agriculture. Their job is itself agriculture. And cattle herdle type. Their primitive or primary occupation is cattle. They depend on cattle. Like Nilagiri area, we can find these type of cattle herders, Nilagiri area. Especially we can find these type of tribal in Mysore areas, the Mysore area. And some of the agricultural laborers. Some tribals, they are agriculture labor. Some tribals who are living nearby the towns or nearby the villages, they are migrated into the agriculture labor. Some industrial areas, they are migrated into the industrial labor. And they, like mainly the Rajasthan people, they coming into the other parts of India, they may be settled down as a industrial and agriculture labor. Example, Bihar, Odisha, we can find Bihar, Odisha and Bengal people, they can migrate for the labor. And some of the tribes, they can live only their folk artists. Example, Saparas and Nuts, their lifestyle, their primary occupation only folk arts. They are living on folk arts. They are promoting their folk culture, folk tradition. And the who are example Bhotia and Almora, Garhwal tribes, they are well rich in the jobs. They called as a white collar job. They are educators. They are adopting this technology. They can migrate it into the jobs. In that, many types of tribes we can find. In the northern eastern zone, we can find the different type of tribes in the northeastern region. India includes Assam, Manipur, Arunachal Pradesh, Meghalaya, Nagaland, Tripura, Mizoram. The regional variations in the tribals in India, more than 300 different type of tribes, they are living in the a colorful dress, with the colorful dress and with the festivals and unique culture we can identify it in this northeastern zone, like these seven sisters of India states, they are living. More than 300 different tribes and primitive tribes we can find in the northeastern states only. And the other, they have a rich celebrate of their festivals, and they are rich in the agriculture, and they can have a good music and dance. They have good music and dance. They are rich in the dance forms. They are rich in the music system. Like these type of Nagas and Kosis, Jetherias, Mijos, and Boras type of family, they are rich in the music and dance. And some of the famous tribals in Northeast group, that is Lusi and Naga, Gaura, Lipcha, Chakma, and Dalfa, Kachari, and Pangals. These are the northeastern state tribes groups. They are leading that areas. And central zone, coming to the central part of India, mainly a vibrant Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh. The Chhattisgarh, more than 42 tribal communities living in the only Bastar area. We can find in the Chhattisgarh a beautiful and a dense forest, and such a great people who are living. More than 70% of 42 tribes of tribal communities in living in Chhattisgarh. In that Chhattisgarh, we can identify different type of primitive tribes in the Bastar area. In that, we can identify in that mainly these groups are Gonds, Marais, Batars, and Duravas. These type of people living in the Bastar area in the Chhattisgarh. We know about that it is a colorful festivals in your life. In your life, once you can visit Bastar, especially the festival, the Dasara festival, you don't miss that Dasara festival in the any time in your life. You can visit in the Dasara festival. You can see Dasara festival in the Bastar area. That type of a rich culture and tradition we can identify in the Bastar region. And next, Madhya Pradesh. Coming to the Madhya Pradesh, more than 75 particularly vulnerable tribal groups we can identify. Especially we are living in the Amarkantak area, we have Baiga tribes and Baiga tribal groups. In that these area, Amarkantak area, Shahdol, Umarai, and Singoli, Mandali, Dindori, Anuppur district, and Sindhi, Balghat, Kabir Dam, and Bilaspur in Chhattisgarh, and Korea districts, we can find these type of Baiga group of tribes, especially these people living in this nearby Amarkantak Biosphere Reserve area. And we can find some of the a different type of tribals that is called as a Gondwana tribe, that is called as a Gondu tribes. And here the Gond tribes is these district areas, more than 35% of people, these Baiga tribals are leading. They are living in the this area, Madhya Pradesh area, especially in the Amarkantak region. Coming to the southern region, the southern part of region, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, in that Nayaka and Chetti Nayaka and Kuramba, Khada tribes we can find. Especially some of the tribals in Andhra Pradesh. They performed a good dance forms. Most of the people they attract with the dance forms. Example, Araku Valley. We can find Araku Valley. It's such a beautiful location and such a beautiful culture, a tribal culture. Who travelers are visited that place in the evening, they can enjoy a lot with there. And at that place, we can find the tea and coffee cultivation. And mostly the people they are living on the tea cultivation, tea and coffee cultivation and milk products. And their language also different compared to these tribes, their language also different in the southern part. Then we can identify the different type of customs in the south, that is called as a Dravidian clan. In the Dravidian clan, and the tribal customs is different compared to other part of India. In the southern part is different. Their art, culture, everything. Then in tribal destinations, how attract the tourist? How attract the tourist? The sustainability tourism, the tribal sustainability tourism. In that, we can find a Jharkhand, a unique place, a beautiful place, Jharkhand. Many tribes, they can getting their source with the tourist. In that, the tribal groups we can find in the Jharkhand, Godda, Dumka, Jamtara, Tigraha, and these type of tribals, most of the tribals, they are living in the Singhbhum district. They attract many tourists, and their traditions as well as they are living with the forest, as well as they are attracting the tourists with the different type of their living styles. And popular places, popular tribal places in Chhattisgarh circuits, tribal circuit, we can identify it in the tribal circuit. Whoever ever wants to visit Chhattisgarh area, you don't miss these different type of tribal areas as well as tribal tourism places. The Chhattisgarh government is promoting tribal tourism, attracting many tourists. In that, Jospur area and Kunkuri, Mainapta, Ambikapur, Mahishpur, Ratanpur, Kurdas, Sadarpur, Gangral, Kandgaon, Natyan, Navagam, Jagdalpur, Chitrakoot, and Tirthagar. These are the major tribal tourist places in Chhattisgarh. It is the Gondwana area. We can find this Gondwana area. Mahris types, they are living in the Bastar area. In that Bastar area, we can identify a different type of a museum, such a beautiful museum we can identify in the Bastar area, that is called as a Bastar music. And we can find all type of Bastar people we can find in that museum, their living style, their costumes and customs. In that Nagaland circuits, we can find the tourism circuit in Nagaland. Recently, the government focused on the development of northeastern states especially in the tribal areas, they identified it is called as in Nagaland, mainly Nagaland, Kohima, Wokaha, Nagaland area. The government is sanctioned more than 100 crores rupees for the development of tribal regions as well as tribal circuits. And another area they can identify, that is Mokachunga, Tunsang Mon. The two areas they identified, more than 1 crore rupees, 100 crore rupees they sanctioned for the development. Then in the tribal circuits in the Telangana, basically I am proud to say about Telangana. The Telangana region, including Andhra Pradesh, the more than three tribal circuits are developing. The budget are sanctioned more than 100 crores. Example, Mulugu, Laknavaram, Medaram, Tadwai, and Dharmavali, Mulugu, Bogota waterfall. Here, I am very much experienced with these areas. And we started to learn something about these tribal areas. We can find a different type of tribal here, the Saraba group of tribals, especially Saraba group, and then Chenchu. We can identify these primitive tribes, Chenchu tribes in Andhra Pradesh, that is called as one of the famous tiger reserve, Rajiv Gandhi Tiger Reserve, that is called as a Srisailam forest. Here I would like to say something about that. This Srisailam forest, a big forest and a thick forest in India, one of the thick forest, a big tiger reserve, Rajiv Gandhi Tiger Reserve. Here we can find a beautiful, a wonderful structure who built by this structure, that is Kakatiya kingdoms, especially in that Prataparudra. He built a wall. We can find in the China wall, same like that, we can find a China wall. It is approximately 8 kilometers. I explore that wall. Then I travel on that wall. It is high, more than 300, 400 foot high compared to this land. So we climbed that. On that, it should be like a China wall. It is a replica of China wall, almost all. We have that type of wall in India, but no people to visit that place because of the wild animal. So I personally visited that place and I explored that. We are find out after that some media people, they went and they explored that. So here we can find a beautiful wall, a China wall. It is an Indian China wall. We may be called as an Indian China wall. Then if we want to develop that wall, it should be a great attraction, one of the Indian China wall. We create as an Indian China wall. Coming to the Mulugu area, there is a almost all you heard this word, that Sammakka Saralamma Jatara, the world famous tribal festival fair is conducted every 2 years once. That 3 days Jatara or festival is organized the state government. The tribal people, only the 3 days, more than 100 crore people, they visited various part of India. They visited this place, at that place. Such a great attraction with the tribal people. And Laknavaram Lake, it is the unique attraction. It is a lake. We have more than 13 highlands. It is earlier it was a destiny of extremists. Now it is a beautiful attraction. The lake and hanging bridge, a suspension bridge we can find in Laknavaram Lake. It attracts many people. In 2004, nobody can visit that place because of it is like that. It is national, just behind the national highway, but no people wants to go there. Now every weekend, more than 10,000 people visited every weekend in that place. If you want to book that hotels as well as accommodation, it should be proper 3 months. You should take a proper 3 months before, then only you may get the accommodation. A small village. In the tribal people, they are the community development and community participate. It is a lively example of community participate, tribal community, especially tribal community participate, tribal community involvement, such a great place. In that village, we can find the tribal people, they are living more than 300 people, hardly more than 150 houses. Now every house, it is the homestay house. And every people, they get jobs in that Laknavaram Lake. Some people, they are ticket counter, some people, they are speedboats, some water sports and tea stalls and shopping centers and hotels. Hotels means they are maintained the homestay hotels. Their houses converted as a homestay hotels. Because of the government of India, especially the tourism department, they are promoting these type of tourism, especially the community participate tourism in the tribal areas. They are getting more benefits now present with the tourism sector. And another thing is Bogota waterfall. Such a beautiful waterfall. It is called as a Indian Niagara. Indian Niagara. No need to visit Niagara waterfall. You can travel. You can go with the Bogota waterfall. It is located in the Chhattisgarh and Telangana border. That is called as a Warangal district. It is called as such a cultural district in the India. Warangal district we can find in the Bogota waterfall. And Tadwai, especially it is forest. We can identify, we can find this Tadwai forest area, such a beautiful, the tree houses. You can stay in the tree houses. Such a beautiful. These tribal people are maintain the tree houses. The houses can be constructed on trees only. So in the thick forest, they are providing food and everything on the into the houses. Such a beautiful place we can identify. These all are the maintained by the only tribal people. Then in Bihar also, Bitwara, Chandrai, Turaki area. These areas also developed by the tribal people are tribal circuit. I don't want to go in detail. And in Kerala, such a beautiful place, the God's own country, you can visit such a beautiful and development area, Malanadu. It is called as a Malabar circuit, tourism circuit. You can visit in your life once. And yes, Malabar area, we can find these Malnad tribal areas. Why this tribal tourism? Why we want to develop these tribal areas? What are the advantages are there? I would like to discuss a few minutes or another few minutes about that. What is the advantages of tribal people? When we are going that area, when we are visit that area, the tribal people economically, they are rich. The economical opportunity we will provide. Then the preservation of culture. The preservation of culture. These culture preserve. When we are visiting, when we are seeing this culture, we may be preserved. And promotions of understandings. And basically, when we are visiting that place, the infrastructure and superstructure developments we can identify. These are the advantages for the tribal areas. Many tribal areas, they don't have connectivity, they don't have infrastructure, they don't have superstructure. A beautiful places we can identify. The beautiful culture, beautiful cuisine we can see in that area. But the main problem is connectivity. If the tourism is developed in this area, we should connect that people, infrastructure development. Then I would like to discuss about that some of the disadvantages. Mainly these, I have a good experience with these disadvantages. My personal experience, when we wants to go there, then they are not accepting our culture. They accept their culture only because of the youth as well as the children's. They are thinking about that. I would like to be like this. So these are the cultural effect. This is the disadvantage, the lack of cultural problems. Because of our culture is different, the tribal culture is different. They are enthusiastic to attract our culture. So this is another disadvantage, and conflict of interaction between their tribal members. Another disadvantage is this is the conflict produced by the interaction between their tribal members. The utilitarian attitude and shifting of their traditional values. This is the major problem in the tribal area, which is developed area or which we want to develop. These traditional values, they are losing these traditional values. We should respect the traditional value, then only these tribal circuits exist. And the basic and many, it is important, the pollution. When we are going there, we are polluting. That is the disadvantage of a tribal society, for the tribal society. Another one is displacement effects. These are some of the disadvantages. So thank you, sir. I taken more time because of the Gulshan Sharma sir given 30 to 40 minutes, but I extended and it is because of I am running, not slowly. I am going not slowly, it is running. Sorry, sir. If anything, any queries?
It's such a wonderful input from your side. First of all, I must compliment you on behalf of everybody. You have aroused and you have enthusiasmed so many people to understand, and such a deep knowledge and so much of the research work you have done onto it. Now, finally, before we conclude, of course, you have taken care of everything. Now, let's see a couple of points, which is very interesting, and then we will conclude. One part, whenever you build anything, whenever you preserve anything, whenever you display anything, whenever you project anything, whenever you portray anything, we take that into consideration. Let's take an example. You have built a particular area, a particular monument you want to preserve because it's your cultural heritage. Let's take an example of Khajuraho temples. If I talk about it, it's a heritage, it's a UNESCO heritage. Now, similar way, when we talk about tribals, now tribal are wonderful people. They have got their art, their craft, their culture, their cuisine, their dances, their music. Their costumes are so colorful, and they're such a lovable people. They're such a basically simple and they're such a wonderful people. We just can't get on this planet anywhere. Now, when you say the tourists, they visit them, and tourists, they go over there. And when they see those tourists or those visiting people over there, they want to ape them. They want to imbibe them. They want to adopt whatever they are doing. Like our village people, rural people, when they see a particular advertisement in the middle of the night, around 11:30, and a beautiful ad comes over there. So the young boys and girls in those rural interiors, they get mesmerized by those advertisements and they want to be like them. Like till date, I laugh sometime and laugh. The trousers which we wear, the jeans which we wear, some of the people with the blades, They have cut the genes from different parts and different places. And I do not know such a good cloth, such a good jeans, such a good rugged kind of a costume. You cut it into pieces to display. I do not know why are we aping something. So thereby, now one of the questions which emerges over here, what is sustainable tribal tourism? The $1 million question which comes to mind is, what is sustainable tribal tourism? What could be the carrying capacity of a particular area? Then at the same time, how much tribal tourism? Where all tribal tourism? Which way tribal tourism? We want, they should preserve their culture, but at the same time, there should be some economic activity taking place so that they can also move up in the so-called economic world. So I wish to have from you your concluding remarks on that.
So thank you. The sustainable tribal tourism means when we are going there. I have a live example. I visited Vizag, means Araku Valley, with my students. So my students wants to meet that people. Then at that time, that girl, the school girl, she asked to her, our student. She is an MBA student. That girl is a 6th class student. She asked, Didi, our sister, then your earrings is very nice. Your dress is very nice. Okay, your bangles are very good. Then I want this. You bring me into your area, mainly Hyderabad. You bring into that area. I want to come with you. Why? Because they are living in that forest area, as well as they know about that forest. Every day they are saying about forest. They don't feel like it is a beautiful place. Every day they are seeing. So when we are visit once in a day or twice in a year, then we feel like as it is beautiful. So these sustainability is mandatory. Because of if I want to use mobile, then tomorrow their mindset, okay, they are using mobile, I want to be use mobile. Then we want to bring our, like as you said, the jeans, the cutting of the jeans. Tomorrow they wants to do like that.
And one
so
of
I
our,
wants to wear this type of dress. I become as a like that.
Yes.
So we don't want to visit that place, especially now they are focused. Especially now they are focused in the northeastern part of India. When we visit that northeastern part, their entry of that destination, they can sold or they can give the dress code. We wear the dress code. We have a beautiful experience. We have a wonderful experience with us wearing that culture, their cuisines, as well as their costumes. Then we will involve with them. This is called as we should protect their culture and tradition. That is called as a sustainable tribal development.
Wonderful.
Example, if you wear t-shirt, I want to wear t-shirt because of it is not my culture. So like this. Thank you.
Wonderful. Now, what comes to my mind, you have given such a valuable input. Let's imagine before we conclude that if we are going to tribal area and if we are going to visit their place, then there should be some kind of costume changing over place at the entry level, like you go to wildlife sanctuary or national park, and you go to other places and you take the carrying capacity into consideration. I think we should change our costume before entering the tribal area. Wear the tribal costume, go and mingle, merge, submerge, whatever you want to call, mix with them, eat their way, enjoy their way, and every tradition of theirs we should experience rather than imposing our so-called the city life, what we have got.
Yes.
I think that's a wonderful, valuable input and sustainable tourism. We are so grateful to you,
Yes.
Dr.
Now, sir,
Jayaprakash
now-
Narayan ji.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you, sir.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Thank you,
Please
thank
go
you.
ahead.
This is for the tribal area scarf. I wear this tribal area scarf from there on.
Wonderful, 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 wonderful. It's so lovely. And one of our regular, the participant, Paras, she is telling that the cutting of the genes from the different places is called ribbed genes, RIPPED, ribbed genes. She has just written over here, so I thought I should share. Dr. Mohan Gunti, he's joining from Cambodia, and he's writing very interesting session and very useful information on tribals, tribal communities, and particularly northeast part of India. Thank you, Dr. Jayaprakash Narayan ji. We are so indebted to you. I'm so grateful to you for having come. Many more such interactions, many more such occasions. I'm pretty sure that we will take this journey forward, and every day we are going to bring something new. Now, people, those are interested to understand tomorrow, Incredible India tourist guides and Incredible India tourism facilitators. Tomorrow, I'll be having a gentleman coming from the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, and he will be giving you the complete run, what exactly Ministry of Tourism is doing for tourist guides, and at the same time, after 12th class, how the young boys and girls are becoming tourism facilitators. And maybe we may build a separate cadre for tribal tourism also, of the tourist guides and tourism facilitators. With these words, calling off, signing off, and see you tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. once again with yet another powerful evening. Thank you.